Tuesday, July 18th, 2023, evening edition. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this entirely AI-generated video. Good evening, dear viewers. I'm your AI-generated news anchor, Orion Vox. Thank you for tuning in. I will be assisted in summarizing the headlines by my valued AI-generated colleagues. In today's news, Webb telescope detects evidence of dark stars, giant swirling waves found on Jupiter. Matt Damon takes acting break. Social media users captivated by deer decomposition time-lapse, and much more. But first, this day in history.
July 18th in history. July 18th, 362. Roman-Persian Wars. Emperor Julian arrives at Antioch with a Roman expeditionary force, 60,000 men, and stays there for 9 months to launch a campaign against the Persian Empire.
Today's obituaries. Jerry Bradley, 83, American Hall of Fame music executive, wanted the Outlaws. Here's a summary of Jerry Bradley's Wikipedia page. This article lists different individuals named Jerry Bradley, including an American poet and professor, an American music executive and producer, and an American-born Canadian football player. Robert Budzinski, 83, French footballer, Nantes, Lens national team. Here's a summary of Robert Budzinski's Wikipedia page. Robert Budzinski, a French footballer of Polish descent, played as a defender for France in the 1966 FIFA World Cup. He passed away on July 17, 2023, at the age of 83. João Donato, 88, Brazilian jazz and bossa nova pianist. Here's a summary of João Donato's Wikipedia page. João Donato de Oliveira. Neto was a Brazilian jazz and bossa nova pianist. He worked with notable musicians and received awards for his music. He passed away in 2023. Stuart Epperson, 86, American evangelical and businessman, co-founder of Salem Media Group. Here's a summary of Stuart Epperson's Wikipedia page. Stuart W. Epperson was an American businessman, politician, and evangelical. He co-founded Salem Media Group, was a member of the Council for National Policy, and ran as a Republican candidate for Congress in North Carolina. He was influential in conservative media and passed away in 2023 at the age of 86. Valentin Gheorghiu, 95, Romanian pianist and composer. Here's a summary of Valentin Gheorghiu's Wikipedia page. Valentin Gheorghiu, a Romanian classical pianist and composer, was born on March 21, 1928, and died on July 17, 2023, at the age of 95. He was known for his wide repertoire and notable recordings. Walt Growler, 92, American polka musician. Here's a summary of Walt Growler's Wikipedia page. Walt Growler, a renowned American polka musician, passed away at the age of 92. He had a successful career releasing albums, touring and receiving awards for his contributions to polka music. Bohdan Hreshchak, 79, Ukrainian football player, Karpaty Lviv, CSKA Moscow, and manager, Niva Ternopil 2.
On the brighter side, look who's celebrating their birthday today.
July 18th, 1552. Rudolph II, Holy Roman Emperor, died 1612. Here's a summary of Rudolph II's Wikipedia page. Rudolph II, Holy Roman Emperor, had a complex legacy. He was seen as an ineffective ruler, a patron of art, and a devotee of occult arts and learning. He initiated the Long Turkish War and had a policy of toleration towards Judaism. He had a reserved and reclusive personality and never married, but had affairs with both men and women. His reign was marked by political failures and conflicts with the Ottoman Empire.
July 18, 1895, Olga Spesivtseva, Russian-American ballerina, died 1991. Here's a summary of Olga Spesivtseva's Wikipedia page. Olga Alexandrovna Spesivtseva was a renowned Russian ballerina from 1913 to 1939. She was known for her classical technique and romantic style, performing with various ballet companies around the world. She experienced periods of mental illness and retired from the stage in 1939.
July 18, 1950. Richard Branson, English businessman, founded Virgin Group. Here's a summary of Richard Branson's Wikipedia page. Sir Richard Branson, a British business magnate and commercial astronaut, founded the Virgin Group, which controls over 400 companies. He is known for his entrepreneurship, Virgin brand and spaceflight company, Virgin Galactic. Branson was knighted for his contributions to entrepreneurship and is a prominent global figure. He recently traveled to space at the age of 70.
July 18, 2001, Agustina Roth, Argentine BMX rider. Here's a summary of Agustina Roth's Wikipedia page. Agustina Roth is an Argentine BMX rider who won a gold medal at the 2018 Youth Olympics and a bronze medal at the 2019 Pan American Games.
And now on to today's news.
Business news.
Court rules against Uber in major win for California workers, writers. AI summary of this story. The California Supreme Court ruled that Uber must face a lawsuit claiming it should have covered Uber Eats drivers' work-related expenses. This decision could have significant implications for companies in California and is seen as a win for labor advocates. The court stated that signing an agreement for private arbitration does not prevent workers from suing on behalf of a larger group. The ruling may undermine a previous U.S. Supreme Court decision and lead to more large-scale lawsuits against California employers.
Stock futures inch lower ahead of busy earnings day. Lev updates, CNBC. AI summary of this story. The Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P 500 all closed higher, with the Dow achieving its longest winning streak since March 2021. Morgan Stanley and PNC Financial saw stock gains after positive earnings reports. The earnings season is off to a strong start, with 84% of S&P 500 companies surpassing profit estimates. Investors are disregarding weaker data from the Commerce Department, and recent inflation data supports a soft landing scenario.
Science news.
Research team identifies giant swirling waves at the edge of Jupiter's magnetosphere. phys.org. AI summary of this story. A team led by Southwest Research Institute has found that NASA's Juno spacecraft frequently encounters giant swirling waves at the boundary between Jupiter's magnetosphere and the solar wind. These waves play a role in the interaction between the solar wind and Jupiter's magnetosphere.
Tuesday evening, SpaceX launch could be visible from Reno. Reno Gazette-Journal. AI summary of this story. The article discusses how investigative reporting contributes to improving the community's quality of life, both in terms of work and leisure activities.
Webb telescope captures tantalizing evidence for mysterious dark stars. Writers. AI summary of this story. Scientists using the James Webb Space Telescope have identified 3 objects that could potentially be dark stars powered by dark matter. These stars, made mostly of hydrogen and helium with a small amount of dark matter, could achieve a mass and luminosity much greater than the Sun. Further research is needed to confirm their nature and potentially detect dark matter particles.
Health news.
Social media users are mesmerized by terrifying and beautiful time-lapse video of dead deer decomposing over Daily Mail. AI summary of this story. A time-lapse video shows the stages of decay of a deer fawn over 5 days, starting with maggots feasting on the flesh until only bones are left. The video was created by cinematographer Owen Reiser.
Black people in redlined neighborhoods face higher risks for heart failure. CNN. AI summary of this story. Black adults living in historically redlined areas have an 8% higher risk of developing heart failure compared to those in non-redlined areas, according to a study published in Circulation. The study highlights the long-term impact of discriminatory housing policies on cardiovascular health disparities. Other ailments such as hypertension and type 2 diabetes also disproportionately affect black residents in these neighborhoods. The research analyzed data on over 2.3 million Medicare enrollees between 2014 and 2019. White adults living in redlined communities did not show a higher risk of heart failure.
Entertainment news.
Matt Damon told his wife in couples therapy that he'd take an acting break unless Chris Nolan called, and then he did with Oppenheimer, offer Variety. AI summary of the story. Matt Damon revealed in an interview that he negotiated with his wife in couples therapy that he would take an acting break only if Christopher Nolan called. Nolan did call, offering Damon a role in Oppenheimer.
Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 takes in $235 million in first 5 days. Fox Business. AI summary of this story. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 earned $235 million at the global box office in its first 5 days, with $80 million from domestic sales and $155 million from international. The film fell short of Paramount Pictures' forecast of $250 million. Sound of Freedom earned $27 million. Insidious, The Red Door earned $13 million. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny earned $12 million. And Elemental earned $8.7 million domestically over the weekend. The summer box office has been slower compared to the previous year. The next film in the Mission Impossible franchise, Dead Reckoning Part 2, is set to release next year.
Timothy Oliphant on reviving Raylan Givens on FX's Justified City Primeval. The Rich Eisen Show. The Rich Eisen Show. AI summary of this story. Unfortunately, I cannot see or read specific articles as I am an AI language model. However, if you provide me with the text of the article, I can help you summarize it in 30 words or less.
A poem about today's entertainment news. In the realm of thespian's grace, where actors shine upon the stage, two tales of stars, their names we raise in headlines, storms of passing age. First, Damon's strife in couple's care, a vow to halt his acting fare unless Christopher Nolan's pledge summoned him to a role so rare. The therapist's room bore witness true to Damon's yearning, his dreams anew, and lo, the fateful call received, an offer true from Nolan's view. Oppenheimer, the enticing name, a script to captivate with fame, Matt Damon in a new glory basks. Through art, he claims his stake, his aim. On silver screens, his star shall rise. In Nolan's grasp, his talent flies, and audiences shall flock in throngs to witness Damon's grand reprise. But wait, Cruise's tale echoes loud, a feat of numbers mighty proud, mission impossible in sight, with millions numbers swirling round. 5 days alone, a staggering feat, 235 million sweet, the world enchanted, Cruise's craft in action's grasp, his heart shall beat, and Oliphant, with charm and might, revives Givens. Oh, what delight in Justified City Primeval's lore, he casts his shadow, a brilliant sight. The Rich Eisen Show, it bore witness to Timothy's plan, a thrilling promise, Raylan Givens back in.
Now a silly joke or two to lighten the mood after all the heavy stuff.
Did you hear about the chameleon who couldn't change color? They had a reptile dysfunction. What does a female snake use for support? A cobra.
I hope you enjoyed today's Artificial Intelligence Generated News Digest, AGNDD. For more, please like, subscribe, hit the bell button to activate notifications, and make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers.